Justin and Hailey has been on top of the celeb rumors for so long. Their marriage, fights, and everything about them has been controversial. Many have called out Hailey for being rude and spoiled. Is Justin done with it all? At an arcade, Justin Bieber and his wife, Hailey Bieber, engaged in a competitive game, but things didn't seem to turn out that well. Hailey Bieber displayed what she claimed was her score of 2,050 beside her husband's 500 in a now-deleted Instagram story. He screamed back at his wife, "Baby, I wasn't trying," while turning away from the camera, as though unable to accept the humorous setback. She pointed at him and said, "I beat you, accept it." The phrase "I won, accept it" was also included in the video. Many users of Twitter have taken the footage and put it online in response to Justin Bieber's actions. After delaying the wedding for a year, Hailey Bieber, a model born Hailey Rode Baldwin, wed Justin in September. In addition to recently releasing his new album, Changes, Justin Bieber also published an Instagram story in which he showed off his newly shaved mustache. "I shaved," he wrote. We all have undoubtedly heard of Hailey Baldwin's husband, Justin Bieber, even if you are not familiar with her from her work as a model for brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Guess, and Ralph Lauren. The 24-year-old former ballet dancer turned model and host of the TBS show Drop the Mic has gained more notoriety since she wed Justin Bieber in 2018. But in many respects, she was meant for success in some capacity. As we all know, as you get more famous, any negative information about you will typically surface. Where does Hailey Bieber originate from? And is it true that she may be masking some bullying tendencies from her past? Many individuals who are familiar with her well-known last name would know she is from an A-list Hollywood family right away. Hailey's uncle is actor Alec Baldwin. Her father is Stephen Baldwin, his brother, who has acted in a number of films, including Biodome and The Usual Suspects. Hailey Bieber's connection to the industry meant that she had a good chance of becoming famous. In the past, many have criticized Hailey Bieber for being not pleasant. Even though Hailey Bieber may appear like a Hollywood favorite, there are some reports going around that she is actually quite cruel. Famously, Julia Carolan, a former hostess at a posh restaurant in Manhattan, uploaded a TikTok in which she ranked the many celebrities she had encountered at work, depending on whether or not they had been friendly to her. Carolan's TikTok was jam-packed with juicy nuggets, since many people believe that how someone treats restaurant personnel may reveal a lot about their character. She was referred to as Mrs. Bieber. She continued by saying that although she had met her a number of times, and every time she was not polite, she truly wanted to like her. To her credit, after Carolan's tweet went viral, Bieber made an effort to apologize for her actions. But some people are still left to wonder, is Hailey Bieber a mean girl? The most recent post by @Kimon Elizabeth on TikTok claimed that Hailey Bieber had bullied her in middle school. Elizabeth had to defend herself against crude remarks that implied she was lying, but in a subsequent video, it seemed like Elizabeth was taking things fairly seriously. Some could argue that middle school is a learning experience for everyone, but it doesn't bode well for Bieber's reputation if a woman of color from her past is criticizing her for extreme bullying behavior. As soon as she viewed the video in Carolan's post, Bieber herself entered the comment section to apologize, claiming she never intended to send poor vibes or a terrible attitude. Bieber hasn't responded in the same way to Kimona Elizabeth's accusation as of yet, but who knows? Perhaps she hasn't seen it yet. In May 2020, Hailey was open and honest about what led her to give her now husband a second opportunity after all of their ups and downs, while speaking to Natalie Manuel Lee for Hillsong Channel. She remarked in May 2020, "I believe I always knew if we did ever work things out and got back together, it was going to be a scenario that was extremely serious, and we were going to get married, or it was going to lead to that. I wasn't sure exactly what the timeline would be. It was such an enormous leap of faith, but I simply trusted. I just knew because I've known him for a very, very long time. I'm not sure. It's difficult to express. Prior to getting married, Justin acknowledged that he would modify a lot of things about his behavior. On an episode of The Bieber's On Watch, he said, "If I could go back and not have to face any of the awful hurt I went through, I probably would have saved myself for marriage." Justin admitted that his marriage to Hailey wasn't simple and that the two of them had to put a lot of effort into it. On April 2021, the first year of marriage was extremely difficult since so many things brought up the trauma. Simply put, there wasn't any trust, he told GQ in April 2021. Because it's frightening, there are a lot of things you don't want to disclose to the person you're with. Saying, "I'm terrified," will just scare them away. The Canadian native said that despite the challenges they had as a couple, it was all worthwhile. "We're just making these memories as a marriage and a family by creating these special experiences. And it's lovely that we have that to anticipate. I didn't have that before to look forward to in my life," he continued. "I didn't have a special someone. I lacked a romantic partner. I lacked a recipient to pour into." As of July 2021, the Arizona native turned to social media to clarify that her husband wasn't yelling at her after a clip of Justin appearing to talk quite loudly to his wife as they exited a club went viral. Thinking back on how incredible last weekend was, had the finest time surrounded by so much love, Hailey wrote on her Instagram story alongside a picture of her kissing the musician. "Any other story that is circulating is completely false. Don't listen to the peeps who say nasty things." In May 2022, to April Darden of Apple Music, Justin reflected on the difficulties he encountered in the early stages of his marriage to Hailey and said, "I remember when I first got married, I experienced a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to heal all my problems and it didn't. Man, you're a bit of a hypocrite, man," was how it could be described. The Ghost singer acknowledged that coming into closer contact with his faith was a significant turning point, saying, "You want your wife to do something that you're not doing, and it's like, it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize, man, maybe you're not the person that you necessarily thought that you were. Man, maybe you're not the person that you necessarily thought that you were. And that's merely the outcome of trauma and situations in life. Just knowing that I'm forgiven and that he is guiding me through this road allows me to simply improve day by day without putting too much pressure on myself." As they both recovered from major health challenges, Hailey disclosed in June 2022 that she and her husband were growing a lot closer. Together, you are going through this, supporting one another, and being there for one another. Through these circumstances, there's just something that truly unites you, she said to Good Morning America, adding that she was feeling a lot better. Months after her blood clot. With that, the video has come to an end with that. Let us know what you think in the comments section to help us expand our community and attract more people who share our interests and are eager to learn. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you thought the video was interesting. Till then, bye.